When I first started watching sailing videos and was inspired to get my own boat, I always wondered what it would really be like out here. And after traveling all the way from Toronto down to the Bahamas, I'm in a position to try and represent that feeling of the fear of going out on the ocean in the morning and actually being out at sea. And in this video, I'm going to try and portray that. So settle in. Let's take this boat out in the middle of the ocean and go sailing.
My name is Michael Potts, and I live on this Scepter 36-foot sailboat. This is where I am today. Right now I'm in Miami. That's downtown Miami right there. Okay, that's the container terminal. And that's Miami Beach over there. So, in this video, this may be the most important video that I've done to date yet. And why is that? The reason is very, very simple. I left Toronto to sail to the Bahamas, and I did. I sailed to the Bahamas. I crossed the Gulf Stream 4 times into the Bahamas. Okay, I went home, I worked. There was a film strike, so I had to work a different job, a low-paying job. When I got back, it cost a fortune to fix some of the things that were damaged on this boat for a number of reasons, which you'll just have to click the link up there and watch. Start from the beginning. But in this video, I'm at a crossroads, guys. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. It seems like every time I announce to the universe what I'm gonna do, the universe has different plans for me. So I'm not gonna tell you exactly what I'm gonna do in this video, but it is huge. It's literally the biggest, one of the biggest things I've ever done in my entire life. And if you watch to the end of this video, you will see what's going on and why I'm doing what I'm doing. All right, so right now it's around 8:30. We got Miami downtown in the back here behind us. The anchor light is on, and this boat has been sea trialed a number of times, and I'm confident that I'm ready to go out on the ocean and sail somewhere far away. Where that's going to be, you'll just have to watch the video and find out for yourselves, because again, I'm not going to say it. Every time I say it, the universe has different plans for me. So I'm going to let the universe decide. And in the morning, I'm going to up the anchor. We're going to go out on the ocean into the Gulf Stream, which is a very important thing here. We're going into the Gulf Stream, so we're going offshore. You're probably wondering, why am I not on my way to Marathon? Why am I not going to Key West? Because that morning when I pulled out on the ocean, the wind was coming from the south. So I had no choice. I said I was going to go there. It looked like it was fine online. When I got on the ocean, it had a different plan for me. So I had to turn north. Here I am in Miami, and that's just the way it is. So in this video, we will let the earth decide. We will let the ocean decide what happens. We're going to get up early in the morning. We're going to up the anchor. We're going to go out on the ocean, and then I'm going to make a decision as to where we are going. Could be 1,000 or 2,000 nautical miles in that direction. Could be 500 nautical miles in that direction. Could be 500 nautical miles in that direction. You'll have to stick around to find out. All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so we've taken our departure out of Miami. It is really calm out here, way calmer than I thought it would be. And I'm sure we'll see some wave action today. So, just taking our departure out of Miami. That's Miami in the distance there. So it said to me that there's going to be 12 to 15 knots coming out of the south. So we should be all right. I mean, it's dead calm out here. It would take quite a bit of energy to make all this turn into big swell. This isn't even swell out here, so there's a slight breeze coming from the south right now, and that's what it said on the map. So it's always a little apprehensive when you're first going out, taking your departure, and then when you get out there, you realize everything's fine, and then you settle in and you're kind of along for the ride. You just got to trust in your boat. We are now in the Gulf Stream. It's a little hard to see the color of the water, but it is just this like crazy color of blue. We're in about 400 to 600 feet of water right now, and we just hit the Gulf Stream. I think we're doing all right. Bimini's over there somewhere, and really good conditions on the ocean here. Not much for wind, but that should change. You can see there's some clouds over here, and I'm expecting to get some wind in the next few hours. So for now, I got the engine on. I have no choice, and we'll burn a bit of diesel until we get into some wind. Once you get into the center of the Gulf Stream, the current is pretty strong. So I mean, it could be between 2.5 and 3 knots. So you got to be careful. There's zero swell out here. I've never seen it like this. Only once before, but somewhat. There was a flying fish there. Flying fish. There's flying fish again. See them flying? That's amazing. They can hear the sound of the boat approaching, so they get scared. Sometimes you see them on the deck here, but yeah, it's Miami in the back there. Absolutely beautiful morning. So what are my plans? Let's just try and get into the Bahamas, and we'll kind of go from there. Look at the color of that water. We are exactly halfway. 25 nautical miles to go. And we will be in North Bimini. Let's take a look. See what the middle of the Gulf Stream looks like. As you can see, the sails aren't up because wind's on the nose. Of course, windy.com is never right lately. So I'm just motoring into the Gulf Stream right now. So it's kind of weird. Picture it like this. That's south. Bimini's over there, but we're going like this because we're moving in the Gulf Stream. It's actually a little less here. The hard part of the Gulf Stream is done. So bit of a swell out here. You can't really tell on this camera, but I'd say it's a foot, maybe a bit more. Got a ship right ahead of us. And yeah, look at that color of that water. It's nuts. Deep blue. Yeah. So I just have the autopilot on, and I'm watching movies, and just, you know, every 20 minutes I'll pop my head up and take a look and see what's going on. So no warning from the AIS about this ship here. Hope you can hear if there's too windy. That ship is the High Trust. And I'm gonna cross within 0.37 nautical miles. Will be my closest point of approach. The AIS, it's such a great thing to have, because the AIS would warn me right now. It would say, you're gonna collide with that ship. It'd start beeping really loud. So, and he knows that as well. It was funny, the CPA was 0.15, and then I saw a big old black plume of smoke come from a smokestack, and I think he changed course, because then it changed to 0.36 after like 10 minutes. So sadly, they probably just burned a bunch of extra crude oil just because I'm out here. So I hope. It's strange, it's possible, but yeah, there was a lot of smoke coming out of there. I think they increased speed just to get me out of the way. The officer of the watch was just like, I just don't want to deal with this guy. Let's just increase speed and get across his bow. So I can see Bimini now, and we got 12 nautical miles to go. The sails aren't really doing much, but the wind has shifted a little bit, so I think we're gonna make it there right at sunset. So we'll get in there and everything should be fine. Alright, so the water's changed color, so we're within 80 feet of the bottom. We're gonna go around this point here and anchor for the night, and that's gonna be it. It's been a long haul. A couple more nautical miles and we will be anchored in Bimini. Look at the blue water. It's gonna get to there and we'll be fine. right, we're in the lee of Bimini. We're gonna anchor right now. All right, it's 5 in the morning, 5:15 right now. And last night when I anchored on the north side of Bimini, the anchor just kept dragging. So it was very unsettling because I got pretty close into the shore there. There's another guy anchored there as well. And she just kept dragging. I could see it dragging on the anchor app. Thank God for that app, because it was just very subtle. So I re-anchored once, and then I was so tired. I got a bit of sleep, woke up, and I was even further in near, it's like 7 or 8 feet of water. So it was scary, and I was scared, you know? Anyway, I upped the anchor, and now I'm like way in the north. I thought the best thing to do would be to find a different patch. What's going on is the anchor that I'm using isn't great for sand. Okay, it's a Bruce anchor. The best one would be like a CQR or a different anchor than the one that I'm using. And I have a different anchor. It would be a pain to connect it up and launch it. So anyway, it's the windy.com's never right, never. So we now have winds out of the east, right? I'm on the north side, so I'm open right now. I'm in big swell, anchored, and I've been trying to get sleep. Most people would be freaking out in this situation, but me, I'm just, you know, I've been there, done that. So I'm not worried about my situation right now, but I am in 10 feet of water, and you know, the bows are smashing off these waves here. So anyway, high tide, 6:45, and the sun's gonna come up in roughly an hour. I can already start seeing it starting to lighten the sky, and we're gonna go through the entrance in Bimini here. All right, so you can't really see much, but I can see the lights of Bimini over there. I can see the sun starting to come up now. It's just great. It's disturbing because the water is so clear here that when I kicked on my like I got my navigation lights on right now, it reflects down into the bottom, and it looks like you're in like 2 feet of water. It's crazy clear here. So anyway, it's right now it's not feasible for me to be anchoring out on the bank. It's very rough. Winds coming from the east, and winds are picking up tonight to 20 knots. From the east, so I have no choice but to go to the inner part of Bimini. I mean, I could continue on and you know, go to Chub Cay or NASA. I don't think that's the right thing to do in this instance. I think we need a I want to go into Bimini. Yeah, so I'm gonna go find a calm anchorage and enjoy a bit of downtime, because this has been one crazy journey so far. Crazy. I'm out here in North Bimini. Look at how clear that water is. So we got to get over there. It's a little too bumpy out here for me, even though there's one other boat anchored right here. So we're gonna go to the inside of Bimini and get some rest because I'm dead tired. So I waited for the sun to come up and high tide. High tide's in an hour. We're gonna go into the infamous Bimini entrance. So let's get this. Let's get inside Bimini here. Wow. So I'm just passing this big cruise ship here, Scarlet Lady. I just talked to the officer on watch, and he gave me permission to cut across his bow. Look at that thing, eh? What a beast. All right, so we're doing almost 6 knots. And we're gonna go attempt to get in the entrance of Bimini, which is over there. It's 6 nautical miles away. And I had trouble going into this entrance once. You can watch that video here. It's called My Biggest Sailing Mistake Yet. And I literally went up on the beach in really rough conditions. It was a small craft warning. I made some mistakes. Anyway, you just watch the video right there. All right. Anyway, we're gonna go through the entrance again. It makes me a bit nervous, but we should be all right. It's high tide right now, so that's good. Look at that, eh? Just beautiful. Wow. in Bimini, anchored here in just off the hotel, the Hilton. And that's it for this episode. Join me next week as we continue the journey on this sailboat. I have no idea what's gonna happen, so stay tuned. Captain Michael, signing out.